Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, summer fun is in full swing in Geneseo, Illinois. From outdoor movies and splashes at the pool to theater camp and a back-to-school bash, we'll get a preview from the Park District.
A popular pizza place and coffee shop have joined forces in the Quad Cities, bringing New York-style pizza to the Village of East Davenport. Coffee House and Low Pies will join us in the QCL kitchen.
Plus, a free summer concert series that is kicking off with a block party. See all that Common Chord has coming up, supporting music education in Davenport and beyond.
Welcome to Quad Cities Live. It is Tuesday, not Monday, Tuesday, May 27th. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier. Good to be with you today.
Yeah.
Well, grab your boots and your cowboy hat because there's a lot going on at Moline's newest hotspot. Of course, we're talking Late Rider.
Late Rider. It is a Quad City style country western bar with live music, plenty of space to dance. Here to tell us about this weekend's kickoff rodeo is Dan Bush. Dan, thanks for being here with us today.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
This isn't your first rodeo, so to speak,
No,
but it's your
no.
first rodeo at Late Rider. Yeah, I had to.
It was great.
Yeah, thank you. So you are partnering with WLLR for this. This is going to be just like a huge party.
Yeah, we wanted to kick it off. You know, May was kind of a good soft open month.
Yeah.
But so we invited WLR. We're going to do line dancing out on the patio. We're going to have free lessons from 5 to 7.
Oh, great.
Then we're teaming up with Narcity, who's some of our favorite collaborators, to do a live screen printing. So basically, if you bring a blank T-shirt, or you can buy one there for $10.
Okay.
You can get one of 4 designs on there for free.
That was like my lingering question when I was preparing for this interview. I'm like, I wonder if you can buy a T-shirt there, because all of mine, Dan, have stains on them. So unless I bought a brand new
Just
white
run to
T-shirt.
Target, get a couple blanks, you'll be ready to go.
Perfect. Get a couple blanks.
And then if you want to win tickets to the fair, fun cards, or you want to win tickets to Tailgate and Tall Boys in Clinton, which I believe is the following week,
Oh,
yes.
you can do that. You just have to wear your best Western wear outfit, and
There you
we'll
go.
be giving away prizes.
That is so
It's
fun.
going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right. That's happening May 31st. But every Thursday, you and I talked about this when I came down for a preview before your grand opening. You have live music.
Yeah, so we have live music every Thursday from 6 to 9. This week is Jordan Danielson, who,
Oh, fun.
if you've been in the scene, you know Jordan, and he's
great.
absolutely amazing. It'll be his first time playing with us, so I'm really excited to get to work with him. But I think my biggest gripe about going to bars or restaurants to listen to music is it's often speakers kind of pushed in the corner, and the acoustics aren't great, and people are kind of talking over it. We worked with Tri-City Electric closely to put together a stereo system that has really great coverage, so that no matter where you're at in the bar, you can hear the music
great.
perfectly.
Wow.
And you're not yelling. You're not yelling over the music, which is something, as the older I get, the more I appreciate.
You've done what seems to be the impossible.
Yeah, that's right.
From what it sounds like. We are looking at some really cool video right now of like the outside of the business. Very, very cool. I want to go back to the line dancing and the lessons, because one of the things that I've seen come up on social media when you guys have posted things with your soft opening and all of that, everyone's going like, when can we go line dancing there? Are you guys going to have somebody that's going to show us how to do it? So have you felt that from the community, like they're just like chomping at the bit to get in there?
That's
and
the
try
perfect way to
this?
describe it. We're getting asked about that every single day. That and mechanical bull. Which,
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get that mechanical bull.
You have to talk to.
Kyle is the
I think there
number
might be a
one.
I know we
liability
can't have
issue.
it permanently, but let's do like a one-night thing, right?
Yeah, those are the 2 most frequent questions we've been getting. So we're going to start with some line dancing lessons, and just excited. I want to learn. So
Yes.
you know, this will be a great opportunity to do it, and it's free. So come
Yeah.
out Saturday from 5 to 7.
Yeah, that'll be a ton of fun. I also, before we move on to a really cool league that you are starting
Yes.
here at Late Rider, I want to remind people too that you have food there, and like that is an option as well.
Good food.
You guys have a
Absolutely,
menu.
yeah. We have a really strong menu put together by Chris Streeter, who's our chef at Armored Gardens, and it's handcrafted. So a lot of places you go to pork tenderloin, and it's something that's frozen, that it's pre-breaded. We're breading our own tenderloins, our own chicken sandwiches,
Look at that
making our own
burger.
marinades and sauces. The food is great. I'm hooked on it, and that's usually a good sign. If I'm craving
Yeah.
it, then I hope others will too.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, that Nashville hot honey chicken that I
Right.
had could barely fit into my mouth. It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. So Morgan was just mentioning a league you have. You're going to
yeah.
cornhole league.
We love leagues at Bummer City.
Yeah.
We have a skee ball league. In fact, I'm going to be officiating a skee ball wedding.
Really?
Because two people that met in the league are getting married.
Oh, that's
in the league.
awesome.
It's actually our second skee ball wedding, which is really
Okay,
exciting.
we
So
need
if
to
you
pass
wanna
it along
meet
to the
your-
news
I was gonna
department.
say, story idea.
Story
If you want to
idea.
meet your soulmate, join one of our leagues. We also have ping pong league at Armored Gardens that just started, so you can join a ping pong league. But we thought a cornhole league would be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have this great patio. It was Memorial Day weekend, and the cornhole court that we built was full once the sun went down every night.
Yeah.
And so what we really want to do is just give people an opportunity to meet new people. Everyone's always asking, hey, I want to meet new people. I want to get out.
How do you make friends? Yes,
Yeah.
as an
Cornhole
adult.
League, just
yeah.
grab a friend and you'll meet more friends.
Yeah.
So it's 2-person teams, and we're starting that, I believe, on June 11th.
Okay. I'm sure
it's
we have
just,
it somewhere.
again,
yep,
June
June
11th.
11th. You
We
nailed
love
it.
leagues, so join a league.
Yeah, join a league. And the ping pong league, again, that one is at Armored Gardens, which is downtown Davenport. You started that one last year, correct?
No, that's actually our 6th year.
your sixth year.
sixth,
Yeah.
okay.
I heard so much about it all last summer. So many people were joining this league and having the best time ever.
Well, what's great is there's a competitive and a social hour. So
Okay.
if you just want to kind of play and not take it too seriously, you can do that. Or if you want
good.
to play against truly some of the best ping pong players in the Quad Cities,
That is awesome.
who are all just colorful characters. It's
Yeah.
really fun to watch. I'm a ping pong player. I love it.
Yeah.
But I won't play against those guys because they're too good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then we have a little bit of time left with you, Dan. So I wanted to just go back to as we're talking about your big rodeo kickoff party that's coming up this weekend,
Yeah.
and the Western wear competition, and you can win those really cool prizes. Any tips for people in picking out their country Western wear? Because I saw pictures from your opening night, and though everyone that was there pretty much could have won a competition.
There are
And
some really fantastic
seriously.
outfits, and we're getting quite a few cowboy hats and cowboy boots. It makes it more fun, you
Yeah.
know.
It is,
Dress up
yeah.
for the occasion, right?
a bolo. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of bolos, so
Yeah.
I think a bolo or anything bedazzled. If you can show up in something bedazzled.
Something Dolly would wear. What would Dolly
yes.
do?
I think Dolly
Dolly
would probably do like a full denim jumpsuit, which
Yeah.
would also
Yeah.
be
Up
perfect.
there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm getting ideas now. So that was for me. That question was for me.
Catch Morgan
folks.
at Late Rider.
Yeah. Catch me at Late Rider. The first rodeo with WLLR is this Saturday, May 31st. There will be line dancing lessons and live screen printing, as well as that Western wear competition. Late Rider is located on 5th Avenue in downtown Moline, of course. Dan, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks,
Always a
Dan.
good time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
for
we'll see you
being
next
here.
time. Well, up next on Quad Cities Live, events for the whole family this summer, including free outdoor movie nights. Geneseo Park District joins us next with a lineup of fun activities you can enjoy.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
In Geneseo, Illinois, summer isn't just a season, it's a celebration. And the Park District is making sure there's something for everyone to enjoy, from toddlers and teens, even your grandparents.
Yeah, that's right. Andy Thurman is with the Geneseo Park District, and he is joining us now with a lot of details on the summer full of fun events and activities.
Yeah.
Geneseo is such a special place in the Quad Cities area. So, Andy, thank you so much for making the trip here to Quad Cities Live
Yeah,
today.
of course. It was a little bit difficult to try to pick a few of the things
I'm
that we
sure.
have to
I
offer
bet.
this summer. So I'm excited to come and kind of touch on some of those
Yes.
areas.
Yeah, so the first one we're going to start off with is Alice in Wonderland. This is a
Yes.
week-long theater camp.
That's fun.
And
Yeah.
this specializes for kids 7 to 17,
Yep.
and you're giving them a full opportunity to perform.
Yep, absolutely. So it is a traveling theater program. So
Okay.
they this organization, Storybook Theaters, comes out and they go through the audition process, which every child does make the play.
Oh,
and
good.
And they kind of choose those parts then, and then they work throughout the week to practice and get ready for the weekend, and then they have a show on Friday night and on Saturday morning. So it's really neat. The directors are actors as well. So you know, you get kids, this might be their first experience on stage, so they're up there and they're working with the kids so that, you know, if you need a line, there's you know, that
It helps that they have that
line too. So
experience on
absolutely.
stage as
They
well.
bring all the costumes
wow.
and all of that. You're seeing pictures now, so that was that was from a few years ago. So it was a really cool program.
That is so exciting. That would be so fun. And I love the age range too.
Yes.
It's really inclusive. Like, you have a lot of kids,
Yeah.
and it's a way for like maybe some younger kiddos to you know, meet some older kids, and just, I don't know, I just think that would be such a fun experience.
Yeah, nice little mixture
Yeah,
of all
and
ages.
kind of move their way up too, you know. So if they come back the next year, they're feeling more
Yes.
confident. If they
Yes.
took a role that is maybe more of a
Sure.
group role or something. So,
That is very
yeah.
cool. Okay, so from the stage to the big screen, you guys have a lot of movies
Yes.
that you're going to be playing in different parts parts of the community. So free movies in the park, and there's actually a flick and float.
Yes.
I like
yes.
this.
Yes, this concept is
Yeah.
super cool at the Aquatic Center. So let's go over some of those because it's starting in June. You can see Mufasa at the park, and then in July, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But if you want to do the Aquatic Center, look at how cool that is in that
Yep.
photo.
So we put up, I had to get a reminder of the size of the screen, but it's a 20 to 25 foot screen
Wow.
that we blow up and put on the edge of the pool deck so people can come out, and if parents don't want to be in the water, if it's a cool evening, they can sit in the deck chairs there and watch the movie, and then kids can bring their big floaties. You see one in that picture.
Yeah, we know the kids don't
as
care
well.
how
They
cold
don't.
it is.
They don't.
They don't-
you
they
know,
don't feel the-
the
they don't feel
temperature.
it.
The temperature of the water doesn't matter. I think when you're back to that 7 to 17 age.
Right.
But no, it's a really neat, cool event. You know, you have the speakers out on the deck, and then
What a
people
concept.
can get their pop and popcorn and sit out on the deck and watch that movie. So Moana, kind of giving
Yes.
a water theme.
Oh, yeah.
That's
to that
perfect.
as well.
Kids love
too.
Moana,
So
that's
the other ones that are in the park at the athletic field, we do set those up, and people bring their lawn chairs out and just kind of sit as a family out
Yeah.
under the stars and watch the movie. So those all start at dusk. Can't really watch on that big screen when
No.
the
Until it
sun's
gets
still
dark
a
out.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta get dark out. So Moana 2 that's the one at the Aquatic Center.
Yep.
And then in August, Despicable Me 4.
Yes.
Which
the
is a
fourth
very
one.
popular
Yes.
Yes.
movie right
Yeah.
now. So I've learned. But then you're doing free movies at the Central Theater as
Yes.
well.
Yep. So the Park District, we're lucky enough to manage Central Theater downtown
Okay.
Geneseo. So we do have movies 7 days a week, but we have some free matinees throughout the summer. So if you can't make one of those evenings, it's too late, or you kind of want to see a classic movie. I know E.T. is one of the movies that is there too. Back at the park, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is another one too. I know that was up there. So
Oh,
we
my-
threw some
some of my
80s in there
favorites.
just for,
We love
for
that.
people to come out and get something unique too.
Yeah.
And then some newer ones with Trolls, and then very popular Inside Out too.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got a lot of events for the kids, the families, but also for seniors, so
Yes.
people of all ages. So
Yes.
really all throughout the year you have these
Yeah.
events for seniors. Of course, we've got bingo, you've got exercise classes, movies for them as well.
Yeah, so we have a great senior calendar online, and we can run all these programs for free due to some donations that we receive. So
that's amazing.
bingo the first and third Thursdays, and everybody wins. You know, that's always one of the things, you know, how many times am I going to win? And these people walk out with bags of stuff. So it's a really neat activity there. We do some luncheons once a month, and then we do have a free senior movie at the theater as well. And that you also receive your free pop and popcorn with that too.
Wow.
So say no
Yeah,
more.
yeah. So it's a great.
That
it's
is
a
great.
And when you think senior age, we're not going to ask, right? So if
Okay.
you want to come out and you feel like you're a senior or an active adult that day, come on out and see the movie.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool too that you guys have thought of that. You know,
Yes.
just kind of placing some importance on our senior population.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I love to hear that. So that is a great thing for them to do. And then speaking now, going back to the kiddos, and we don't want to like give anybody a jump scare.
We don't wanna
'cause
rush it.
School isn't even out yet in some areas. But you do a back to school bash
Yes. Yes.
in August,
Yep.
and that's a really popular too.
I was a little bit nervous coming on today because our kids got out of school 3.5 hours ago. So now we're
gosh.
going to sit here on TV and say,
Yeah.
hey, get ready to go back to
Yeah,
school.
sorry, kiddos.
But right, August 8th, back to school bash, we bring out our giant inflatables. We have a movie that night. That's one of the movies in the park night.
Okay.
Free popcorn and hot dogs and bratwurst.
Oh my gosh.
And that's sponsored by Eye Surgeons Associates, and they come out too. But we bring the fire truck and the police car
always
and
a hit.
all of those things. So people, you know, it's a very popular, busy event.
Yeah.
Kind of the end of August, something to give you the Friday night
How
before school
fun.
starts the next week. So,
Yeah, that's a fun way just to kind of go back into the school year. We'll stop
Yes,
talking about it
easing
I
now.
know.
into it.
I know.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, we're half a day into it.
Yeah, now let's focus on the summer events
Yeah.
because, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of kids are probably getting excited to head out to the pools, the
Yes.
splash pads, and, you know, we got the warmer weather coming up, as I'll tell you here in just a few minutes, but you got the splash
Look at
pad that's
that
open
place.
daily.
Yep. So
That's cool.
that's just another freebie that the Park District does. So from 8:30 to 11:30 in the morning, every day the splash pad is open. So we open up the side gate, and you can come in and utilize that. And we do on the warmer days when you get into late July and August, that splash pad is packed
I
with
bet.
kids.
Oh, yeah.
Come noon, then the splash pad becomes part of the aquatic center. So
Okay.
there's some pictures of the aquatic center, and so people with younger children can go into the splash pad, and you know, there's a daily admission, obviously, for the pool at that
Okay, so you don't
point,
have to be necessarily a member of the Aquatic Center?
Not to do the free splash pad stuff.
Okay.
That is really great. Like, what a
Yeah.
cool resource, especially for parents with little kids and
Yeah.
you're just trying to find
Yes.
something to do when it's super
Definitely.
hot out.
Something different, too.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, before noon, you know,
yes.
you're coming out, maybe you have lunch and then nap time, depending on the age of the kids.
Yes,
so,
you've got it figured
yeah.
out. You
Yeah.
know, you know
Yeah,
what
we
we're thinking.
thought
You're a
about this.
parent.
Yeah.
We can tell you're a parent. One thing I did want to touch on was the special accessibility swim that
Yes.
you guys do
Yep.
there at the Aquatic Center.
Yep.
So this is a really great opportunity for some folks who maybe have some disabilities and just kind of like need a smaller, just a smaller crowd there at the pool.
Yep. So we put that together a couple of years ago. It's just a great opportunity for individuals to come that maybe they do want that smaller crowd. They don't, you know, maybe it's a sensory issue or, you know, a different disability that maybe they're not comfortable coming to the pool. Our pool
Sure.
does have a zero entrance. We got an amazing grant last year from Abilities Plus to get an aquatic wheelchair. So
Okay.
you can access the zero depth entry that way.
great.
And we also have the pool lifts as well too. So.
All right, and I think we're looking at some video now of
Oh,
some of
yeah.
your day camps that are
Yes.
happening here throughout the summer as
So
well.
I had to throw that in there. You
Yeah.
know, our day camp starts tomorrow, and this is
fun.
the best week of the year. These kids, they spend the whole week building these cardboard
So
boats.
cool.
I think maybe there's some more duct tape than there is cardboard
Right.
in there. They figured that part out too,
of
right?
course, yeah.
But we get some donations from Village Home Stores of the cardboard, refrigerator boxes, and all of that stuff too. So these kids then, they get to go into the pool, pull it through there, walk through the little current channel at the end, and come back.
See the
and
floats,
so,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
And all
it-
those
it is-
smiles on their faces.
Yeah.
all of the parents are coming out
Oh,
to that
yeah.
day. There's so many videos going on. It's a great event.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
seeing those events. Well, if
Yeah.
you want to become a Park District member or check out a full schedule of all the events and activities that we talked about, you can visit GeneseoParkDistrict.org. Thanks again, Andy, for coming on today.
Thanks for
Sounds like
having
a
me.
Fun summer in Geneseo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thanks.
Just ahead, something new for foodies in the QCA, a collaboration involving carbs and caffeine. Two local businesses will join us next and spill the beans.
Quad Cities Live continues.
A new collaboration is bringing New York-style pizza to the village of East Davenport. Joining us today is Jimmy Lemacki from the Coffee House, along with Andrew Lopez from Lopez Pizza. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. It is a collab that we're going to talk about today. So, Jimmy, we'll start with you. How did this collaboration come about?
So, we're in year 4 now at the Coffee House. Andrew has been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
Pretty much comes every single day.
I love that.
So each year we try to find something new for the shop. And then one day Andrew came in and was just like, "Hey man, do you guys do any food here yet?" And we're like, we've been so busy with the coffee, which is a good thing.
You very much are, yes, because that is my spot as well.
Oh,
You-
please, thank you.
Andrew and I are neighbors.
Yeah.
Pretty
you
much.
guys have
so.
good taste.
Yeah, we do.
yeah,
we do.
we do.
So it is a great spot, and you guys do get very, very busy.
Yes.
I will attest to that.
So about a month ago, Andrew came in for his usual Elm Street drink, and he was just like, "So, do you guys do any food yet?" We're in the middle of trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So basically, he was just like, "We're doing frozen pizzas. If that's anything you're interested in," and I talked to everybody about it, and then a day later, we're like, "We got to do this. We have to. We love Low Pies Pizza. We love Andrew. Everybody.
Yes.
It's whenever you walk into Low Pies,
Having
you
a
feel
little
at
love
home."
fest today, I love that. No, you're so right in everything that you just said. So, Andrew, talk about the. So there are 3 options then.
Well, yeah, it depends.
Okay.
There are pepperoni pizzas as well.
Okay.
We cook these every week, so they're still fresh when they come in frozen. They take a night to freeze.
Okay.
The great news is they've been looking for a breakfast item,
Yes.
and so we brought out our breakfast pizza. It's just going to be a easy cheese, mozzarella cheese, cheddar, eggs, and bacon.
Perfect.
But we also do have our little tiny guys of the margarita cheese sausage.
I love it.
You can tell they're a little smaller than our regular 20-inch size. This is 20-inch,
they're
and
perfect.
these are 8-inch. So
They're perfect for breakfast. Like, all the folks that I work with here on QCL may just see me walk into work tomorrow with my own personal breakfast pizza.
Of course.
And a coffee. No, what a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
And, you guys do this a lot. So I've tried your personal pizzas before because you have partnered with other businesses
Yeah.
in town, like the Last Picture House.
Yes.
So why do you think it's so important to do that, to work side by side with other local businesses in the way you really have embraced?
It just makes each of us a little bit stronger, just having each other's backs. I've always loved co-collaborating with other people, and I always want to do it with someone who is just as involved and just as passionate as I am.
Yeah.
And I think I found a lot of the people that are on the same page as I am.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think you have as well. Okay, you also brought some coffee with you here today,
Yes.
Jimmy. So you got your menu. There's a stay the same menu, but you guys do vary a lot of your specials month by month, and people really look forward to that, like the
Yes.
flights. Yeah.
Each month, my mom and I meet up with everybody on the team, especially Sydney, who's the manager. Sydney makes all the drinks, basically the recipes, hot or ice, cold brews, chais, anything that you see when you come to the shop. Sydney basically created it.
Oh my goodness.
So each month is a different theme. Next month, in a few days,
Yeah.
is going to be our summer road trip. So we are bringing that back. We started that last year. So it was very popular.
Ooh,
and
Joshua
so,
Tree, a
yes.
great place to visit, and I'm sure delightful.
If it helps, it's a lot cheaper at our shop than going there.
Than going there.
It's probably more fun there, though, but...
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, so, and what are some of the other ones? I see Acadia on there. Can you tell me, they look the same, but they vary in taste?
So we got Death Valley here, which is a caramel toffee and pecan latte.
Okay, yum.
We got Yosemite, which is a coconut marshmallow and brown sugar latte.
Oh, wow.
We got Acadia, which is a honey vanilla maple latte. And last but not least, the Joshua Tree, which is a white mocha, salted caramel, and raspberry latte.
Can I try the Acadia?
You can
Would
drink,
that be okay?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh.
By all means.
Thank you so much. This is very cool. And while I'm doing this, while I'm trying this, is the Acadia, by the way. Tell us about your trivia nights that you guys have been doing.
Trivia nights. They have gotten, we used to do it once a month, every Thursday. But now it's gotten so busy, we're doing it twice a month.
Oh my goodness.
So
we love our trivia here
every other
in the quads.
Thursday. And Sydney designed the trivia flyer, and it's a lot of fun. We pretty much sell out, and I always bartending, so
Yeah.
after 6 o'clock, the
Yeah.
hands start shaking a little if you need some extra wine.
Yeah, no, I think it's great that you guys have incorporated that. It is a lot of fun, and it just ensures that you guys have customers really there the entire day, which is very cool.
Goes well with pizza.
It goes well with pizza.
And Tom
Absolutely.
is our
Little
host for
wine,
trivia.
little pizza. You have a book club called
Yes.
A Novel Approach.
Yes,
which
every
we love the
Monday
name.
now we have a book. It used to be once a month, but it's gotten so popular we do it every Monday now from 5 to 8 o'clock.
And you don't all have to read the same book for this, correct? You could just bring whatever you want and talk about whatever you want?
Read whatever you want. You can work silently. It's very cozy when you come.
Yeah.
It's like walking into Von Mar.
Yeah. Oh, that is such an awesome Quad Cities reference.
I like that.
I like that too. Okay, this coffee, by the way, the Acadia, is very, very good, I have to say. It's delightful. What kind of pizza did you bring with you here?
So this is just our Puerco Loco. It has
Okay.
all our meats on it. So pepperoni, sausage, chorizo, ham, bacon.
A super popular one.
Super popular one. Mostly I just wanted to show how big it was compared to the small ones.
No, I think that was wise. Yeah, because one slice of this is kind of the same size as
Yeah. You
personal.
could probably eat the personal yourself, but you could probably share it too, just depending on
Depending
how
on your mood. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm glad that you brought this because I know people are going to go, what was that giant pizza
Yes, the
that you guys
Puerco.
brought in, and what am I ordering? Okay,
Yeah.
so wonderful. So Low Pies, it is located on East 3rd Street in downtown Davenport, and the coffee house, it's right there on Jersey Ridge Road in the village of East Davenport. Each business has its own Facebook page where you can follow along for updates and events. Jimmy and Andrew, thank you so much. As always, it's been fun.
Thank
you.
you.
We appreciate it so
Have a
much.
good one.
Yes, and still ahead for you in our second half hour, a free health and wellness fair at the Freight House Farmers Market this Saturday, offering screenings, referrals, and resources. Plus, the Live at 5 Summer Concert Series is returning to downtown Davenport, benefiting music education. It all kicks off with a block party. We'll get details from Common Chord coming up.
And it was a pretty gloomy start to the day. We had some isolated showers, but now the sunshine has broken out, but you see some more rain off to our west. We have a few more chances to get through this week out of a big warm-up heading into the weekend. I'll have those details coming up in your first alert forecast. That's all in the next half hour of Quad Cities Live.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
to work. Many of you are getting back to work for the start of the shortened work week. Some of us had to work yesterday, and that's okay too. But it was a gloomy start today. I had a few showers, but the Everywhere Camera Network shows that mix of sun and clouds here this afternoon. But notice in Bettendorf, the American flag, that's a good gauge of the wind. It's showing some breezy conditions here in the Quad Cities. Winds generally about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Notice in Clinton, it looks like got some peak gusts there, above 20 miles per hour there in portions of Clinton, Jackson, maybe even into Jo Daviess, Carroll, and Whiteside counties as well. So a little breezy, but that wind is coming out of the east. So that's kind of giving us, I guess, a little bit of an extra chill in the air, although it's not that chilly today since we've had that bonus sunshine. First Alert Live Doppler radar shows just a couple of showers here to the west of Mount Pleasant, also west of Iowa City out toward Waterloo in central Iowa. Those are spiraling around this area that's kind of cut off from the main jet stream, an area of low pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. This is going to kind of meander as it slowly tries to migrate off to the east over the next couple of days. So you'll notice here those clouds, they will start to increase here this evening and become a little more prevalent heading into the overnight. And you can certainly tell where those clouds are right now. We've got upper 60s there in Waterloo, but everywhere else in eastern Iowa and western Illinois into the 70s, maybe just shy of where we should be this time of year, but still feeling very nice. Not as cool as what it felt the last couple of days. As we look ahead to the next 24 hours, we're down to the low 50s tonight, but notice here tomorrow, especially during the morning hours, we will have some scattered showers in the forecast, and we'll see a few of those mainly east of the river heading into tomorrow afternoon. But if we do get enough breaks in that rain and some sunshine, we should get those temperatures up around 70 degrees once again heading into your day on Wednesday. So Exact Track shows those clouds moving in through the overnight hours, then that rain will become a little more widespread. The heaviest rain looks to stay on the Illinois side of the river, and then notice here by the time we get into the afternoon hours tomorrow, we should start to see that rain break up a bit. We'll get some peaks of sunshine, perhaps a couple other showers kind of pivoting through the TV6 viewing area. Then as we head into Thursday, we will start to become a little more on the drier side as that low pressure moves off to the east. We'll still keep that northerly wind, and any shower activity will be a little bit more on the scattered side. As far as any rainfall goes, most of us I think will stay around 1/4 of an inch or less, but some areas could see some locally higher amounts. So that's something that we'll continue to keep an eye on. But the good news here over the next week or so, we are tracking some warmer temperatures. So if you're wanting to get out to the pool, maybe you didn't think it was warm enough over the weekend, well, this weekend looks pretty good. We'll have temperatures getting into the 80s. Notice mid to upper 80s here next week. And the good news, Morgan, over the next 7 days, we have no threat of severe weather. Wonderful. Love that this time of year.
Yes, we love that.
Yes, well, our entire community has the chance to become more informed and connected when it comes to our health.
Yes, this Saturday, Scott County is hosting a health and wellness fair at the Freight House Farmers Market, gathering all kinds of resources for us in one place. Pam Thomas is a community health interventionist, and LaShawn Moore is a clinical services manager with the Scott County Health Department. Ladies, thank you both for being here today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to talking about this with you all. This is a great event.
Yeah.
So Pam, we'll start with you. The Health and Wellness Fair, it is coming up this Saturday, May 31st. It's a 3-hour-long event during the Freight House Farmers Market. So there's going to be a lot of people there already, as we can imagine. But tell us all about it. What can we expect?
We're going to have about 15 to 20 vendors. We'll have mental health, behavioral health, some diabetic information. We'll have some dental, some information regarding some lead. We'll have a bunch of different other resources, insurance resources too.
Wow.
And so we'll be able to get, connected with some dental, especially dental. Dental is a huge thing around here. So we'll be able to get you connected with just different types of services all throughout the community, and we'll be in the Freight House parking lot. So we'll be in that parking lot right there.
And if I could just ask a quick follow-up to that, because you know what, we've had some different events in the past where some medical professionals have offered their services, whether at a discount for free. I mean, there are lines like down the block, out the door. Talk about why it's so important to get out in the community and kind of meet everybody where they are when it comes to health.
Well, we just want a healthy community around Scott County, so that's our focus, is health and wellness. So we just want to bring all those resources for anybody who has any type of questions to be answered right then and there. So I think that'll be just an awesome event to participate in.
Yes.
Yeah, whether it's the physical health or mental health, you'll have everyone covered, that's for sure. So let's talk about some of the things we'll learn more about, and kind of some of the viruses and disease that are going around right now. Let's hit on norovirus first.
Yes, so
it's been big this year, it seems.
Yes. So according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, norovirus is the leading cause of vomiting and diarrhea in foodborne illnesses in the United States. And so the virus is found in the stool of an infected person, the vomit of an infected person. And so good hand washing is very important, especially when someone is sick, making sure that they're not preparing food, and also if they are sick and having diarrhea, to stay home, contact their provider, and get tested.
Yeah, and I didn't know that you could get tested for it. I mean,
Yes,
you
yeah,
know,
through a stool.
Okay, and I wasn't sure about that, and I know there are some pretty serious cases of norovirus where I'm assuming that somebody would eventually have to get tested.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like our motto at my house and with my daughter is like, you know, we're not going anywhere. Like,
No.
I mean, that's
Stay put.
That's the stay put sick
Yes,
right there. So another one though, this one really making headlines, LaShawn, is the measles.
Yes.
We are seeing outbreaks in certain parts of the country, of course. So tell us a little bit about the measles, because it seems like it's something that we have to talk about now.
Absolutely. So measles is a very contagious disease that is spread through the air by droplets of an infected person in their nose, in their mouth, in their throat. And so when that infected person coughs or sneezes, those droplets are released in the air. And so anyone can like breathe that in. And if they are unvaccinated against measles, certainly they can become infected with measles. So very, very important that people are vaccinated. And not only can they protect themselves, but also protect the community as well.
Yeah, and you know, going off that, you guys are giving people the opportunity to do that. If your kids or yourself, you're not vaccinated against measles, they'll have the opportunity this Saturday to get that done.
Well, so we have partnered with the Iowa Department of Health and Human Services that we will provide MMR vaccine for those who are unvaccinated or have only received one vaccine. And so they can come into the health department Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 o'clock and receive that vaccine, or they can contact their providers too and receive a measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, the MMR vaccine, you know, through their healthcare provider. So very, very important. That is the best way to prevent measles.
Okay, and immunization clinics, that's something that is offered as well that people may not realize is a resource out there for them. So beyond this event this weekend, they can do that as well. The health department has clinics.
Yeah, so we do. We have immunization clinic every Wednesday for newborn up until the age of 19.
Okay.
And we offer all the vaccines. There is some guidelines there with insurance, but if you give us a call, we can certainly help you out. If we're not able to give them, we can like point you in the right direction of where you can go to get them. And then, like LaShawn said, we do have the MMR available, and that's for anybody. It doesn't matter where you live or anything like that. So we offer vaccine clinic for children every Wednesday from 8 to 4:45. You just call to schedule. If that day doesn't work, we also offer same-day access, and then you can just give us a call if you're able to. If not, you can just kind of walk in, and we'll try to get you accommodated the best as possible.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the Health and Wellness Fair is this Saturday, so this is some of the items that people can kind of pick up. I see maybe some hand
Got a
sanitizer
lot
there.
of merch here.
Books and some ice packs and stress balls, because everybody's stressed these days.
Yeah.
And a bunch of pamphlets.
Not lying. And those ice packs, they go fast in my house.
Yes, that's for sure. Well, the Health and Wellness Fair, as we mentioned, this Saturday, May 31st, 9 to noon at the Freight House Farmers Market in downtown Davenport. It is free and open to the public, and you can visit the website scottcountyiowa.gov/health for much more information. Pam and LaShawn, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Up next, a summer block party supporting and celebrating music education in the Quad Cities, which also kicks off a popular concert series. Details next on QCL.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Summer in the Quad Cities is about to get loud in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's right. From block parties to park concerts, Common Chord is bringing music, fun, and community to downtown Davenport and beyond. Tyson Danner is the executive director of Common Chord and joins us now in the QCL studio. Thank you so much for joining us today, Tyson.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. Next Friday is the big kickoff summer party. So talk about that, because it's kind of a big deal this year.
Yeah, June 6th is what starts our summer. That's the official first day of summer in downtown Davenport. So that starts our Live at 5 summer concert series. It's a free concert every Friday all summer long, except July 4th this year.
Okay.
From 5 to 7 p.m. So it's like an after work your work week is over, you're ready to start the weekend, swing on down, see a show. And we're starting this year with a big block party. So that whole street in front of our building will be blocked off.
Yeah.
Big stage, Ten of Soul is going to play for us along with some youth bands from the QC Rock Academy.
Oh, that is
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
So yes, so we're blocking off 2nd down there by Common Chord, which is, what kind of like atmosphere are you really trying to create for people, especially as we just get into this just ever so popular series? I mean,
Yeah.
Live at 5 is so well attended already. People can't wait till it starts up again, and this just kind of seems like an added, like, you know, uniqueness.
Yeah, a little extra oomph to start the year,
Yeah.
right? Just to wake back up. We spend the winter in our houses, you know, on Netflix or whatever, just like sitting on the
Yes.
couch. This is a chance to get back out. Get back out with your community, with your neighbors, hear some live music, and re-engage with what's happening in downtown.
Yeah, very cool.
And once the music is over, the silent disco begins. And you know, this people talk about the silent disco all the time. This happens near the Sky Bridge with the headphones. So that's happening that night too.
Yeah, so our friends at Quad City Arts, we work together all the time. So they've got this system and we're teaming up. So in the Skybridge courtyard, we'll have 3 DJs. You can switch your headset to listen to any of the 3. You can go back and forth and your headset lights up with the colors. So like, if you've got blue and I've got green and you're having a better time, I'm going to switch to blue and check out what you're listening to. And even if you don't want to dance, you have to come because it's the most fun thing to watch.
Oh,
Because you're standing on the sidelines and there's like 200 people just like silently.
silently dancing. Yeah, I think that is so great.
Yeah, it's
so
a
fun.
good concept, that's for sure.
Yeah. So in terms of the block party itself, you guys are going to have like different refreshments there, or food, or
We do
things
a
like
couple
that?
food trucks.
Oh,
we have
perfect.
a whole bar there, so you're set. You can from 5 to 8 is the concert, and then 8 to 10 is the silent disco. So you've got a whole evening all set for you. You don't have to leave our block of 2nd Street downtown.
That's awesome. Very, very cool.
And as we mentioned, this kicks off just a summertime full of concerts each and every week. So can you kind of give us a preview of what we can expect as far as different bands this summer?
Yeah, we stay real busy during the summer, so you'll have to check out our website for the whole list of bands. But every Friday, 5 to 7 through the end of August. In addition to that, we also produce a concert series called the Big 9 Concert Series in partnership with the City of Davenport and the Riverfront Improvement Commission. So those are a series of 9 concerts that happen all up and down the riverfront, with the idea that Davenport has 9 miles of riverfront, and some of those miles don't often get as much attention as we'd like.
Absolutely
so that ends with August 30th with a concert on Credit Island with a Steely Dan tribute band, which should be a great time.
Yes, that will be great. And right now on everybody's screen is they're seeing the different performers as part of that Big 9 concert series. It's ambitious to put all of this together. So it is. I mean, we are very lucky. We get the opportunity to see lots of live music from great musicians, many of them based right here in the Quad Cities, these bands and these musicians. So just talk a little bit about, you know, why this is something that you felt was important to do on top of the Live at 5, to partner with the city and bring people out in another way.
Yeah, absolutely. The Big 9 series happens in public spaces, a lot of parks, but also, for example, the rooftop of the Last Picture House, Up Sky Bar, we'll have a DJ for one of them, and it gives you a chance to, again, get out there in your community, experience a place maybe you don't go to on a day-to-day basis, because it's all too easy to sit at home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's so much happening in our community, and to get out there and take pride in what's going on, especially because almost all of these events are local musicians. You're seeing someone who lives in your community, who has all the talent you could hope for from a touring act right here, and getting out there and supporting them, and all of these are free.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse but to come out and enjoy it. Over the summer, we have just such great weather, and especially being along the river with that Big 9 series, just getting a chance to experience that and get out and about is so important.
And it's very inclusive, which I think is the best part. Well, that is wonderful. And if you want to find the full concert schedule, stay up to date really on everything that Common Chord has planned for this summer, which is quite a bit. Just visit them online at commonchordqc.org. Tyson, thank you so much for running it down for us today so that we could, mark our calendars, because there's a lot of good stuff to come.
We'll see you at a show soon.
Absolutely
busy
will,
summer in Davenport, that's for sure. Well, coming up, we'll have our wins at the holiday weekend, including a family trip to the water park capital of the world. We'll talk about that. And Morgan's win, well, I guess we just gave away my win. You know where I've been the last several days. Anyway, we'll talk about what's coming up tomorrow on the show as well. Next. Tomorrow on QCL, Dino Days are back at the Putnam Museum and Science Center in Davenport. Sarah, the baby Triceratops, will join us in studio with a lineup of the fun in store for you and the family.
And the free 2-day Chalk Art Festival at Schwiebert Riverfront Park in Rock Island is happening this weekend, featuring masterpieces created by more than 100 artists. That much more tomorrow at 3 on Quad Cities Live. Okay, so now it is time for our fun wins of the weekend.
Yeah.
Of course, it is Tuesday for
Yes.
all of you that have been saying Happy Monday all day long like I have.
Yes.
It is Tuesday, but we're back in the studio
We
now
are,
today,
yeah.
so we're going to do our wins of the weekend. I love yours, so we'll
Yes.
start with mine.
Okay, let's do it.
Because this was I think a lot of people's win.
Yeah.
So the Criterium races on
Oh,
Memorial
great
Day.
event.
I absolutely love this every
Yes.
year. It takes place really right in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's not far to go. And my neighbors every year, they're wonderful people, and they throw this big cookout. They make
Yeah.
smash burgers.
Oh, that's fun.
They invite everybody over, and we get to watch all the cyclists making their way
Yeah.
up the hill. And the kids were all playing around out there, and
Yeah.
it's officially become something that I absolutely look forward to every single year. And yesterday's weather was perfect
Yeah,
for
oh, it
it.
was so nice,
It
yeah.
couldn't have been a better day.
Yeah, I mean, with Memorial Day, you just never know what you're going to get. But it looks like, yeah, your neighborhood turned out real big for that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
always do.
You
Yeah.
guys know how to party, don't you?
We sure
Yeah.
do. Yeah. So what about you? Because we've missed you over the
Yeah.
last week, but you guys have been having a good time.
Yeah, we took a family vacation to the Wisconsin Dells. This is actually at a zoo. I can't remember the name of the zoo, but so much fun. We did the indoor amusement park. This is the outdoor amusement park.
Wow.
The water slide you see turning there.
Yes.
We went on that, Rosalie and I, with Carson, my 4-year-old. He barely met the height requirement.
That is crazy looking.
Yeah, so you don't actually like flip upside down in it, but you kind of just go sway back and forth as that thing turns. So that was a lot of fun. This was like some hidden temple thing that you had to
my
navigate.
gosh.
And then this was a Tommy Bartlett Science Museum. We spent like 2 hours there. It was fun. Top secret. It's like an upside down building. It's like the White House crashed in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was pretty cool as well. So there's a couple scenes there. And then we got to pet a giraffe, feed the giraffe some carrots. Chandler.
Look at Chandler.
She was like, I want to feed the carrot, and she wouldn't give it to him.
No.
And then wife and I had a date night. My in-laws went with us. We went to this really cool indoor food truck
I
restaurant.
have heard of this.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
We sat in like an old little subway that was elevated. It was super cool. Really fun vibes there. So that was fun.
Look
but
at you guys.
It was a very fun vacation, and I found out there's a lot more to do in the Dells that we need to do next time we go. So.
Well, I'm convinced.
Yes, go.
So
Darby
I'm
will
going
love
to take
it.
her. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for watching QCL.
Your news at 4 with Sharon is coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. The outdoor stuff wasn't even up there.